Oh, excuse me. Hello. I was gonna say hello, but then please do excuse me for that one, guys. I'm actually just finishing up some dinner with really good pork, rice. I'm not poisoning myself, guys. I swear, I'm not poisoning myself. This is actually really good food for where, you know, in ancient times, whenever you belch, it means a huge compliment. Like, that's something that I learned when I watched this, like, very old movie that just really did well in film history with a few friends of mine. And, like, just for the main character to be actually encouraged to burp at, like, a formal setting, yeah, that really does say a lot. So, guys, can we go back to the ye olden days for where if we go bleh, bleh, it means compliments? Like, I don't know, when I was like in the Trying to the Left challenge run with, it doesn't make any fucking sense. What am I running my ass on? In any case, hi guys, I hope you have all been doing well. I hope that you guys been doing well for your Monday, even though it is a Monday, and I think the Garfield that we created in Oblivion would definitely agree so being the worst day, even though we established the lore in our Oblivion character that he hates every frickin' day. And that's why life is so shit that he resorts to crime, as we are in the Thieves Guild for him. You know, it's really been a while since I last played Oblivion. Like, what, with the interruptions I've been having going on, as well as the special events to host, you know. And that one time for where I had to cancel stream because, hi Niall! Welcome to the stream, welcome, welcome. How are you? I hope you've been doing well. Well, you're not using the poke redeem, but I can just still feel those pokes, goddammit. But I really do hope that you have been well. But yeah, like last Saturday, I had to cancel that stream because when Kiki canceled for her family thing to go with Family 4, I decided since my mother told me of another town close by that was going to have a German festival, I thought, hey, that's going to be really cool. Oh, thank you! Ugh. Ooh. But how have you been, by the way, Rai? Do I call you Rai, or how do I pronounce your name? I hope I pronounced it correctly. Welcome, welcome. But unfortunately, with the rain and snow that occurred, me and family could not. We could not. Okay, Rai, gotcha. So we just decided to do a stay-at-home thing for where I actually did get to enjoy German beer and Swiss lager, like from Switzerland, which honestly tasted pretty well refined. I don't really usually drink beer or lagers, but if I could tell a lot of effort was done for brewing it really well rather than tasting like standard Budweiser, then I could definitely get behind it. How have you been? It's been a long time since... Oh yeah, I do remember that you had a name change. I think I remember you. But yeah, things have been going well. So well with my new home that I'm now living in, and I'm grateful to actually have a place to stay very, very cozy even during the winter time, as I'm more up north than I ever was. But at least the mountains block the cold winds, so if I want to just wear a shirt outside for like any period of time during the day, then I can most certainly do that. And I hope you guys don't mind me eating because I'm just finishing off my dinner right here. Hopefully before we get started with Detroit Become Human. Oh, with your role? What do you mean by your role? Oh yeah, right. In case you haven't noticed yet, in the Discord server, we do have a Christmas movie event. I haven't seen you active since then. Of course, you know, trying to keep the activity alive, but that's why for my Discord server, I'm going to be ramping things up. And speaking of which, there is going to be a Christmas movie night on December 16th at 6 p.m. MST, which is an hour later than the time it is now for you guys, just for reference, because right now it's 5 p.m. for me. So 6 p.m. for me could mean something different, but basically it's 5 p.m. where I'm at, and I'm MST when I say 6 p.m. MST, so there you go for future reference. And for those that wish to join the Discord server, here's a link. So it will take place after my stream concludes on that Tuesday, and the movie of choice will be The Nightmare Before Christmas, as I actually had to run the poll again for the front runners as there was a tie. And just when I thought there was going to be a goddamn tie, and I thought, I'm going to have to flip a coin, aren't I? They managed to get another vote in for Nightmare Before Christmas to break that tie. Used to be King of Dragons, now I'm known as King of Hell. Ah, okay, gotcha. I do recall you running your own collab thing, like your own collab server for where you go over the 7 deadly sins, was it? Yes, something hellish, as I recall. Okay, so I did remember that correctly. But yeah, like, I'm really happy to get things up and going for being more brave for what I want to do as a community with you guys. Hi, Master! Welcome to the stream! Welcome, welcome! Oh, please do call me Mint or Minty. Those are the nicknames that I prefer. Man, this is some really good food. Even when it's, like, getting cold, it's still really good. Leader of the Sins, after all. Okay, gotcha. And it does make me really happy that there are plenty of people interested in movie night. Like, seriously, guys, like, I was really scared that maybe I won't get too much activity going on. I really want to establish a really good sense of community within my own server, and I really want to try my best. It's going to be some hard work I'm going to put into, but when one runs their own server, it does require hard work, a lot of consideration, trial and error, so that's what I gotta go for. Yep, Mint or Minty, those are my nicknames. A lot of my friends call me Minty, but you could damn well call me Mint if you guys wish to. So far, I've been fighting off the sickness going on in my town, as it seems to be a flu going on, as even my grandfather was kind of afraid to go into town before picking me up, which is why he suggested I don't want to go to a restaurant for sure. We can have German food at a restaurant, but I tend not to like to go to restaurants, and at our place, we're going to be having home-cooked pizza, so you're more than welcome to join, Minty. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So what we did, instead of going to a German Christmas festival in another town, I stayed over at my grandparents' place. There was my grandmother, my uncle, as well as a sort of tenant that they have over at their place, which was nice to meet. And we ended up playing this one board game called Catan. I think I almost did it. I was making great progress, but then my uncle kicked my ass during that board game. Just when I thought I had a good grasp of things, I forgot about the longest road achievement. I didn't forget about the hugest army to have. And I've ended up learning some new and interesting things for, hopefully, me to get first in Catan. Have any of you guys in chat ever heard of Catan? Ever played that board game when you guys were a child or any point in time? I'm very curious to know, like, what board games did you guys grow up on? For me, Monopoly was definitely huge among my siblings. We even tried the DS2 version, even though we really could have just relied on the board game itself, but we just thought it was really cool with how the multiplayer feature worked at the time during the 2000s for handheld devices, so we just thought it'd be awesome if we just tried out Monopoly on our DS2s. And we most certainly had plenty of opportunities to try it out rather than the board game. Will I get through these sniffles? I just want to be able to stream fluently with you guys. And speaking of fluently, OBS-kun. Shh, hey, OBS-kun. Can you be a good boy for me and not crash on me? You didn't crash on me last time. Internet-kun, you were kind of messing with me with Disney Plus, but can I call you a good boy, Internet-kun? You too, OBS-kun. You guys get equal treatment, come on. I was totally not just caressing my monitor just now. I don't know what anyone is saying. I didn't caress anything. Nothing got caressed, I swear. Nothing got caressed, I swear. It is some good food. Ugh, God. Sorry that I'm eating in front of you guys. I thought I could finish it up before I wrapped up with preparations, but I was wrong. Yeah. Maybe if I just heated up my food while I was watching Disney Plus, then it probably could have went A-okay, but no. I wonder if I've ever showed you guys a pic of the food that I made before. I don't think I have. Like, it's really, really good, so when I get the opportunity, when my phone is done charging, I should totally share it in the cooking channel. And I really do hope you guys have been loving the new layout for my Discord server. It's very well organized, everything makes sense, very easy on the eyes. At least I hope so. I mean, I hope so. I took in a lot of thought and consideration. Like, there was one day I went to my usual cafe where I love to clear my head and jot down some notes, and that's what I did. And I managed to make the server nice and lovely with a couple more additions, such as actually separating the YouTube uploads and TikTok uploads so you guys won't get annoyed again and again. Even though back then I'm pretty sure I just like only relied on TikTok or YouTube, thinking, oh, most of my fans probably come from TikTok, so I'll just like upload TikTok videos to my announcements page. Probably won't matter. But I realized, no, I should leave it up to you guys. Oh yeah, I just remembered. If you guys ended up reacting again to the rules that you may have already had when I sent in a new message from the bot for where if you react with the emojis, you can get the rules. If you already had the rules and you decided to react with the respective emojis, that actually does take out the rules that you guys had. So if you guys do experience those problems, feel free to DM me or the mods and we can get you reestablished with those rules, okay? Because I saw that there was one person in the server that was missing their roles. Hi, Mini-Me! Welcome to the stream! Welcome, welcome! So happy to have you here. I hope you've been doing well. Hi! Don't mind my occasional sniffles. I'm pretty sure it will go away in good time. So far, I've been grateful to not rely on NyQuil or DayQuil just to get by because, you know, it's kind of a hit or miss with those things. Doing okay, thanks. How are you? I've been doing well, even though it was a Monday today. I mean, work went pretty well. It did. Even though I did have to help out another department because, again, we're pretty short-handed at the grocery store. Even though, sad news, it turns out that my manager actually had to step down and I really, really liked her. I'm like, what? You're telling me my manager at the store I work at had to step down? Like, what? Oh no, what happened? And I was kind of explained, like, I was kindly told that it had nothing to do with me not being at fault at all, thinking, oh, she was a terrible leader to lead me into greatness. No, it was just something inevitable for where certain statistics, you know how the higher ups, the suits are like, it seems that the quota overall for this year, yes. Even though Christmas is coming up, Merry Christmas, you're demoted to this rank. God, like, December of all months, like, December of all months to do it, you couldn't have at least waited until January? Or did it really have to get rushed in, or depending on when the new guy could be put into action, because I can definitely tell that it was in the talks for a while, as it didn't take long for a new manager to kick in. Now, this new manager, he likes me. And he seems like a nice, pretty go action kind of guy so far. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I almost fell off my chair when I sneezed. It's stupid. Things are really going backwards. Yeah. Thank you. Am I gonna sneeze again? Bless me, guys. I'm trying not to let the sniffles get to me, but now they're striking back. I was about to fight, but now they're striking back. I don't want to get sick for work. I want to make a great impression. My personal rule of thumb is that I don't want to allow myself to get sick within a year. yeah, I give myself incredibly high standards. Like, I want to make sure I take care of myself, eat good food, get plenty of rest, like, don't play hooky on anything. Yeah, thank you, Mini-Me. Because I just want to make sure I'm there and ready whenever I need to be, even for voluntary overtime, which I'd happily do it again if given the opportunity. Even though that did costed me streams during one of the weeks that I couldn't stream. Sorry, I made miscalculations. I thought it could work out, but...
Oops. Big oops on my part.
Oh, my God. Oh. Man, even when cold. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you know, every streamer's gonna be like, I'm so sorry for cutting out on streams. Because I feel the same way too. Like, I hate it whenever I have to, like, cut streams with you guys. I hate that. Like, so apologetic like everyone else. It's such a relatable feeling. Even though the biggest pressure is like, but our analytics are gonna go bye-bye. Well, so far my analytics have been proving me, at least on YouTube and TikTok, that they're doing pretty well, so I'm like, you know what? I think I had nothing to worry about at all. I'm kind of wondering if it's kind of a... Well, I guess it depends on how long you go on a hiatus. For me, it was just a few months, so I guess I just got lucky it didn't end up being half a year or anything. If it was like that, then yeah, I think analytics on YouTube and TikTok would definitely show. Yeah, exactly, Mini-Me. Exactly. Like, I did have a friend that still lives in my home state, where I used to live, that told me he unfortunately had to get let go, like, man, from his job. Like, bad things are just happening everywhere. Like, damn. Some people are saying that the 2020s mark, like, such a grave time during humanity, at least for Americans, with, like, everything just going on. I really do hope that the 2030s are gonna hit sooner than we expect, and hopefully it'll actually be a really good decade. Like, please, I could actually use a really good decade for investments. Like, it'd be pretty funny with, like, how my CD investments are going so far, and with, like, an upscale in the economy, they're like, okay, so given this and that, we're gonna give you way more money than what was originally planned because we owe you that much. Wouldn't that be a dream come true? But I don't think banks can work that way at all. It's just always so fixed. Not unless they really fuck up on their end and have to pay reprimands or something. Ah. I swear, I should probably have tissues next to my computer. And not the way you think. No, like actually for blowing my nose whenever I get the sniffies, because sometimes I just really, really do. I'm not gonna be one of those types that have tissues next to their computer for reasons, not like what you would see on the internet for how even some streamers are memed. Like, I swear, the amount of times I've seen, like, YouTubers judge viewers' rooms, and then 9 out of 10 times, no, more like 6 out of 10 times, they just end up seeing tissues next to their computers. Well, honestly, ever since COVID, one of the good things that happened is you guys. Yeah! Well, I mean, I wasn't a VTuber specifically when COVID started, but more so when it was still circulating around, but that was back for when people were starting to actually get back to work and not be stay at home or anything. So I had no advantage to take during that period of time, especially when I was a college student and, well, I still had to do college student things. I still had to. As well as attempt to see what my former summer job would have been during COVID. Short answer, it only took me 5 days to decide, yeah, no, I'm not working for that company anymore, because a lot of the people there just kept breaking COVID protocol. Not responsible at all, anxiety driven, and I just really, really felt like I just couldn't do it. Like, just seeing how everything was, I was like, no! And so for the rest of the summer, I just did lawn care for my father because he really needed a lot of stuff done. Just so happened, so that's just what I stuck with, especially when it was only a little bit of time before college kicked in again that I just had to get back up and rolling with my studies. It's difficult, it still is, yeah. Like I really do hope my friend back at my former home finds a job. He told me there's a couple places in Nebraska that he could look into. Possibly. But there is also Kansas City in Missouri. And then there's also Chicago. Those are his top choices. Though he's hoping he doesn't need to move away from his home. For where at one of the places it is his home. So he's hoping he doesn't have to move unless he really has to. And he told me he really loves to go out and eat, and he stresses the fact that he hates how he can't do that anymore. But yeah, I really do feel him because at his hometown, like there are just lots of good restaurants, and the fact that he can't go to them anymore and unwind, it really does suck for him. It really does. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping my friend in my thoughts, and I just really hope that he really does find a good job. Maybe something better than what he was already working for. He is a computer engineer, and he has a slight chance he may consider working for Microsoft, even though he may not work for a big name company. But he told me for sure he's not going to work for, like, say, Amazon, with how depressed a lot of the workers can get. Like, that's his big no-no. Just no, like, not at all for him. There are still open jobs out there, but depending on his occupational experts, I hope for the best for him. Yeah, he does have a good connection, he told me, that he's gonna look into that could possibly hook him up with a really good place to work at. I mean, he's worked at the place he worked at for 5+ years, so he's formed really good history and connections there, so he's got it in the bag for where to start looking, so he's not really lost in where to go to navigate for himself, which honestly really does please me. Like, I really do think that in good time he will find a job. And I think he told me that it may get to the point that he may need to pull CDs out of his bank accounts to make ends meet. I think he's gonna go for unemployment benefits, but he told me that it's not much to be provided, which does kind of suck. It's like, damn. Just got a bit more food left, so I'll definitely chow down all of this food before we begin Detroit Become Human. And speaking of which, that is correct for what you see in the title of the stream. I mean, wait, what? That's the title of the stream? Huh? Well, I guess we're just gonna roll with it. I mean, surely it could drag attention, right? Maybe viewers will be quite curious as to what I have to offer and think, will this demonic kitty butler be able to romance a sci-fi android? Huh? This sort of fantasy-inspired kitty butler to romance with a cyborg from the future? Excuse me, android? Wouldn't that be interesting? Oh my goodness gracious. Ah, Fluffy! Welcome to the stream! Welcome! Yeah, of course you want to know. Well, I guess you're gonna find out whenever I am playing as Marcus, but have you been, by the way? I hope that you have been well. I thought it was a sleeping stream by the looks of the title. Oh, really? Is that what you really thought, huh? Huh? Oh yeah, speaking of which, when me and Snowy were talking about how down bad we are with things when we were having our Uma Musume kicking tier list stream, I ended up DMing her like one of the one of the ASMR videos I ended up watching. I'm just like, this is totally normal. What do you mean? I'm a heathen. I mean, what? And her reply was, oh my god, that girly with her nails. Wow. I'm like, yeah, she's got the nails all right. Oh my goodness gracious. It's you know you have a best friend when you could share a bunch of stuff like this to them. Oh, you just know. You know. I have been very well. Changed my name thanks to Lady Zero Dark. Oh, you changed your name? I have been doing pretty well, especially for my mental health overall. Now, I did talk about possibly seeing a therapist, but, you know, I really have been thinking, because I've been doing so well being open to my friends and trusting myself in their care despite mishaps I've had with others, as well as losing a friend with their life. I really do feel like I'm going to be really a-okay for where I realize there are a lot of inevitable part of things in life to take into consideration, as well as the kind of standards to have with certain people for how friendships work. And I don't think I need to go to a therapist to say, fix me, please, fix me. As I feel like that'd be a really wrong way to do it. Not to say that I wouldn't go to a therapist in the future for something different, but I think for now, I really am doing a-okay. As I've taken a really lot of good steps, it means that I can have proper faith in myself that I will be a good human being in the long run, and any mistake I make, I'm human. Of course, I try my best. I really do, but there are just some things that, you know, sure, I'm like, I gotta do what I can to prevent any kind of mistake, no losing out on friendships or me needing to break up with them, none. But I realize it's also an inevitable thing that nobody can escape, because everyone has their quirks and flaws. Yes, they can learn from, but some things are pretty inescapable. I still see Snowy as a wholesome person. Oh, yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is an absolute sweetheart, for where I question myself, where would I be without her? Where? Like, where would I be without her? She's just that much of an amazing friend to me. Half the time, some things get worse because of therapy. That could also depend on the therapist you do get. There are some great therapists. Again, if you guys need therapy, I highly encourage it. And if you feel like you can't vibe well with a therapist, feel free to shop for another. But there are certain therapists out there that not the best fit for everyone, or being a therapist in general. Oh, I've had that experience with that, trust me. Oh, that's good stuff. But yeah, the last therapist that I've ever had, I'm not gonna forget the time when I started opening up my mouth to discuss my problems, that he's like, stop! Stop! You're stressed out! Stop! 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 And he made me feel fucking miserable for that. Like, I wasn't really stressed out, but he made me think I was, which stressed me out, and God, like, I just felt so caved in with my emotions, as if I was a worthless piece of crap to him. And then he made me feel guilty, saying, you were part of my success story, Minty. That's what I put you in my resume. Come on, Minty, like, you don't pressurize somebody like that, you don't. It's not too much to think about when it comes to friendship, it's just boundaries and layers the amount you show yourself to people. Yeah, there is definitely some truth to that as well, even though I try to be as best and outgoing to others, but it also did give me the strength and courage to really see how there are people that really do appreciate me, even if I think I made a mistake and need to fix myself, but others at the same time see me for who I am despite my mistakes. They do. And it's one of these things that really has made me gather the courage, for where me, Fend, and Snowy, well, me just DMing Fend and Snowy separately, but relaying to him that I've talked to them how I wish to start a private collab server with them to have some really cool collabs going on, whether it's just gaming collabs to have or something really special. I want to try to keep it small at first, like, you know, have a really good get-together meeting with each other, maybe a voice call, just to, you know, kind of help break the ice where I see this server in the future. And since I'm the founder, a lot of the weight falls to my shoulders. Like, that is something that I have learned, for where I was really hesitant because I understand that for a host of a server, there is a lot of expectations and a lot of effort to put in to keep things alive. As I've seen a ton of servers go down when the host of a server is off on vacation or some life things happen and the rest of the admins, moderators can't keep the exact light open. So I had to tell myself, Mint, are you really ready to put this kind of effort in? You had a lot of anxiety attacks, a lot of anxiety problems before. You have gotten terrifically better over the years. But let me ask you this, Mint. Are you actually ready for this? And I told myself, yes. Even if I'm not ready to expect certain things, you're not supposed to expect them. What counts as being ready is that you will overcome, regardless of how tough it is going to be. But yeah. Well, thank you, Fluffy. Like, I do have other people in mind for inviting to the collab server. Now, it's not like to say it's going to be like an official group called Awesome VTuber Group or anything. No, this is just a really good get-together server for other people. Like, I'm not really comfortable in establishing a said group name, not unless things flow so well, so interconnectably well, that would be the result. But even if I do, I still would like to invite others to become like a part of that server for where it's not like completely locked in. Obviously, I would still have a lot of tough rules set out with what standards to have for everyone to make sure we can get along a-okay, but I just don't want to end up like, you know, those VTuber groups that end up being very, very questionable in the VTuber world because you realize, oh shit, there's some bad stuff going on behind the scenes, or they do this and that. Awesome butlers for you? Oh my god, imagine like a group outfit and an artwork and we're all butlers. And maids, don't forget maids. My thank you, Mini-Me. I'm glad that everyone is rooting for me to get out of my comfort zone. It's been a long time since I ran any kind of server like this besides having a fan server. Because there was one time, there was a group called Collaborators Online Alliance I contributed to for trying to help other YouTubers grow regardless of age. As well as like another collab group that I used to be a part of that things just didn't go too well for me. It didn't. But I feel like I can finally move past that because I feel like if I do this, if I create this kind of server, this sort of setup with other people, and be like a shining light to others while sharing the glory with others, then it really comes to show with how much I've grown. And the way to grow, you take that leap of faith for where you Ezio Auditore that shit and you jump in the water right then and there. Just like that android did, Marcus! You know? It was really cool to see him go Ezio Auditore with the alleyway. I'm like, oh my god. So he was designed to be a care worker for the elderly, yet okay, wait a minute, when you consider things, he did snatch some legs from another or two separate androids. They may have been athletic types, now that I think about it. Can a slime be a butler? Might ruin the cute outfit though. Honestly, there are slime VTubers out there, and there's one in particular, what's her name, Pip? Or Pipine? I can't remember her name, but she is a slime VTuber that also has a human form, and I'd say she looks really good in the outfits she wears, especially for her singing concerts. So yeah, I'd say a slime could definitely be a butler. I mean, with the VTuber sphere, the world is literally your oyster. You could be anything or anyone you want to be, within respect, of course. And speaking of respect, fuck the people that claimed that Zentreya's outfit was like a fucking Nazi outfit. When I learned about that, I'm like, what? But then I realized people are just causing drama, and when people make outlandish remarks, it gathers attention, whether it's people that actually believe in them, or that they just really want to defend her. I mean, when the attraction happens, they make money off of X because they have X Premium, they have ads set up strategically, and of course they would just bask in it. Like a Facebook mom spreading fake news about what everyone's sons and daughters should go for, and say no to this vaccine, but say yes to this fruit that can cure cancer, you know? Imagination defies reality. Oh, yeah. And it's even been argued that Zentreya's outfit is like a common European style that some Europeans actually like, or, you know, fantasize at least for what's cool in anime. And when I saw Zentreya's outfit, I'm like, god damn. I mean, I just thought Dami Mommy General, not a fucking Nazi, you know? No swastikas, nothing. And I'm pretty sure Nazism would not allow for an open chest like she does, so,
There's a contradiction right there, and plus,